Buck Showalter is working my last fucking nerve. Right now, the Mets are down 5-1, top three, to Washington of all teams. A team that on paper we should have swept. But no, Buck decided to throw logic out the window the last couple of nights. Today, it was even worse because we got Cookie Carrasco back. On paper, you'd expect he'd be doing good. But here's the problem he's coming back from an oblique problem that he suffered in Atlanta. And on the timetable that I calculate, we weren't supposed to get him back until next week against Chicago. But no, which meant this was supposed to be DeGrom's day. But no, Buck decided to strike or Walker's day. But no, Buck decided, screw it. We're going to bring Cookie back. And it's blown up in his face again. No fucking logic in this. Throw in the fact Miami's still down 1-0, and it's going to be if the Mets can't get their heads out of their damn asses, and if Miami can't pull a win out of their hats, it's only going to be one game going into this week between them and Atlanta, between the two. We're lucky Atlanta's got a day off tomorrow, where we're going to Pittsburgh. Buck, I am warning you, no more of these illogical pitching options. No more of it. Because if you keep this up, we're going to lose the lead, and at best, we're going to be top wild card, which means we'd still have to face Atlanta or LA anyway. Because you're being a complete and utter idiot. We lose this game, it's on your fucking head, Buck, for choosing the wrong starter. Again. And taking a team that on paper we should be kicking the ass of and taking their names too fucking lightly. The old school analytics don't cut it in this game anymore. These moves had the past couple of games have had no logic to them. And the Met batting core has suffered for it. For as much as the pitching order. The pitching core. And Atlanta has been feasting on it because of your stupidity, Buck. This is something I accuse Luis Rojas of vehemently all of last year. Sure, you could blame the injury bug for hamstringing Rojas. But that being said, that guy was stupid beyond belief. Going to the wrong pitchers who couldn't hold the line. Now, while Cookie's had it better, again, fresh off an injury and there's still rust on him. You don't bring in a rusty pitcher to start the game. You bring in a pitcher you know that's still got a good that's been oiled up. I would have put in DeGrom or Walker, not Carrasco. But do you care? No, you didn't. And now, because of your illogicality, your ineptitude, the team is now fueled by fear. Fear of Atlanta catching them again. Getting ready to catch them again. Get your heads out of your damn boys. Get your heads out of your fucking asses. And Buck, get your head out of your fucking ass. Read these bastards the riot act if they lose this series. And it looks like they're gonna lose this series. Only their second against the division, but this one was mortifying because you chose to be an idiot with the pitching rotation in this series, Buck. You chose to be a buffoon with the core. With the pitching core. You put a gas guy in the eighth last night. He gave up essentially the game-winning run. Then you let Medina cause it, Washington to blow the doors off. And today, more defensive blunders. And the fact Carrasco's been giving Washington cookies to hit. So I'm warning you, Buck. This better not happen in Pittsburgh. because we need to gain that half game back. And it sure as hell better not happen in Miami next weekend. Because if the tear Atlanta's going on, they're going to leapfrog us. Because you chose to be an illogical idiot with the damn pitchers. This is something that I've stressed cannot be allowed to happen. That I gave you more credit to avoid. Instead, you're doing it at the worst possible time. And that is what's pissing me off about you, Buck. You're choosing the wrong time to do these moves. Now is not the time to be illogical with the pitching core. This is the time to be logical with it, not illogical with it. There's only 28 games left, and you're about to squander a division lead because you're being a dipshit with the core. Now, will this collapse be as bad as, say, 2007, 2008 if the Braves leapfrog us? Not really. I mean, to be fair, no, it wouldn't. But that being said, this was a team in Washington that on paper we should have swept at best and taken two at worst. Instead, it looks like we're only going to get one out of this because you, Showalter, chose the wrong guys to pitch. Because you're afraid of Atlanta leapfrogging you. Now, sure, the win we got Friday guarantees they can't. But right now, it looks like Miami's about to get fucking swept because they can't put runs together for fucking beans. It's against the Braves. At this point, we may need to rely on Philadelphia to give Atlanta fucking fits. Because we're not going to get it. We might get it from Seattle. We're not getting it from Oakland. We're probably not going to get any from San Francisco. We're sure as hell not going to get it from Washington 2 weeks from tomorrow. And then we got to get at least one of those games against Atlanta at the end of the month to a minimum win the division, win the season series against them. Right now, they're stuck on 20. Our magic number to win the division is 27. And at this rate, we're not going to get to 26 today unless we make a comeback. Force it to 26 unless we can come the fuck back. But given the hole that Carrasco pitched himself into in the third inning, quite unlikely. What happened to the Mets of April through August and the first 2 days of September? Where's that Met team? Hello, Darwin. I mean, honestly, where is it? It's missing because you kept choosing the wrong pitchers the last couple of days, Buck. At least Trevor is trying to pick up the pieces and mitigate damage. Personally, I would have preferred Trevor in the lineup today pitching today instead of Cookie. Let Cookie rest, and then you could have brought him out for the Cubs, not for the Nationals. But did you care? No. You got terrified, you got impatient, and you rushed Carrasco out before he was ready to go. And now you've got Max with another oblique issue. So you're going to have to use Trevor and Peterson more often anyway. Question is, how bad is the oblique issue for Scherzer this time? That's why you got scared and rushed Carrasco back. And what's going on in Atlanta? Well, right now, Max Fried is throwing a fucking perfect game through 4 against the Marlins because these fuckers can't hit the broadside of a goddamn barn. Tell me something I didn't already know, Darwin. Tell me something I didn't already know. I mean, honestly, Buck, how could you be this stupid to rush Cookie back when he's still feeling the ill effects? Well, now it's down to a no hitter for Max. Max, he just gave up a leadoff walk. Freed, for those wondering, not Scherzer. Seriously, how dense do you have to be, Buck, to do what you just did? How dense? How fucking dense are you? Third inning, Darwin. He didn't get out of the third inning. Let's see what son of a bitch you got on the mound for tomorrow. Taiwan Walker, who was supposed to pitch today, but you pushed him back because you wanted to rush out fucking. Because you wanted to rush Carrasco back. Stupid move. And he's going up against Mitch Keller, a guy that none of the Met batters have faced, that only a handful of Met pitchers and hitters have faced. You have DeGrom on Tuesday against Bryce Wilson. On paper, that should be a win for the Mets. Emphasis on paper. Wednesday, it's Bassett against Johan Ovidio. Sounds like a relief guy that's been shoehorned into the starter role. And on the other hand, who does Atlanta got pitching for their two-gamer against Oakland? Let's see. Here we go. Kyle Wright against Cole Irvin on Tuesday. If anyone's ever going to show up at that damn shithole. On Wednesday, Spencer Strider against rookie Kenny Waldachuk. Yeah, that's going to be a stomp in Freed's favor. No doubt about it. You fucking fish sticks disappoint me to the core. Darwin, let's not push it that far. That said, this is ridiculous, Buck. How can you be this big of a buffoon down the stretch? You weren't like this with the Yankees. You weren't like this with the Diamondbacks or the Orioles. You didn't really get much of an opportunity to do it in Texas because back then it was the Angels that were running shot over that division, over the AL West at that time. That being said, Buck, get your head out of your fucking ass and realize what you did was a mistake today. This goes on your head for picking a pitcher who wasn't ready to come back yet to start the game. And he blew it. The cookie crumbled way too fucking quickly. Now we don't. Now we may be short Max Scherzer again, and we don't know when he's coming back. Leave a comment, smash the like, sub to the channel. Mets 228 sign back. Out. I bid you adieu. Goodbye. Good fucking night. Bang. Buck, I blame you when we lose it. If and when we lose this game.